Hello everyone, welcome to our animated philosophy series, where we explore timeless concepts in a modern context. Today we'll be looking at Ludwig Wittgenstein's famous analogy, the beetle in the box. It's part of his larger critique of what he called private language. So, buckle up, because we're going to dive deep into how we communicate, what words actually mean, and why our private experiences aren't as central to language as we might think. Let's start by imagining a simple scenario. Everyone in a classroom has a little box. They are asked to open their box and look inside. Let's pretend that everyone is told what's inside your box is a beetle. But here's the catch. No one is allowed to look inside anyone else's box. Each person can only see what's in their own box and not another person's box. Now, if everyone is calling what's in their box a beetle, but nobody can check what's in other people's boxes, what do we really mean when we say beetle? Is it the same thing for everyone? Wittgenstein's point is that whatever is in your box could be completely different from what's in mine. It could be anything at all, or even nothing. Yet, we all continue to use the word beetle in conversation, as if we're talking about the same thing. The meaning of the word doesn't come from some mysterious, private experience of the beetle. It comes from the way we use the word publicly. It comes from the shared rules of language we've all agreed on. Now, think about the word pain. When I say, I'm in pain, you can't feel my pain. You don't have access to my internal sensation, just like you don't have access to my beetle. So how do we communicate about pain? Wittgenstein argues that when we talk about pain, the meaning of the word doesn't come from some private experience deep inside us. Instead, it comes from how we express it. The groaning, the wincing, the reaching for an ice pack. These outward behaviors are part of the shared language game that gives pain its meaning. Let's take a real-world example to make this clearer. Imagine you and a friend are eating candy. You say, this is really sweet, but what if your friend's experience of sweet is slightly different? Maybe for them, it's less intense. Or maybe they've never tasted anything quite like that before. Still, you both use the word sweet, and you both understand what the other means. This works because the word sweet operates within a shared context, not because you and your friend have identical experiences. You don't need to taste the exact same thing. What matters is how the word functions within your shared world of conversation, comparison, and agreement. This brings us to one of Wittgenstein's bigger points. Private language isn't possible. Imagine a child inventing a secret language where only they know what the words mean. The child says plix when they feel cold, but no one else knows what plix refers to. It's their own private word. But can we really call this language? Wittgenstein says no. For words to have meaning, they must exist within a public system of rules. If there's no shared understanding, then the word plix doesn't actually mean anything. Let's try a little thought experiment here. Imagine our class creates a brand new word right now. Let's say we make up the word glomp. What does it mean? Well, we don't know yet. But if we all start using glomp in a consistent way, maybe we all agree that glomp means the feeling you get when you're about to sneeze. Then glomp starts to have meaning. But what if I'm the only one who ever uses it? If no one else understands or agrees on the meaning, then glomp is just a noise I make. It's not part of language. It's just private. And private language doesn't work because language at its core is something shared. It's a social activity. Wittgenstein's analogy of the beetle shows us that our private experiences, what's inside our own box, don't determine the meaning of our words. Language gets its meaning from how it's used in public life. This is why we can talk about our sensations, emotions, and thoughts in ways that others can understand, even though those experiences are internal to each of us. So, when we say things like, I am in pain, or this is sweet, what we're really doing is participating in a larger social practice, a language game, if you will, that gives these words their meaning. We don't need to experience the same things privately, just like we don't need to see inside each other's boxes. The key is that we all follow the same rules for using these words in the public sphere. Now, before we wrap up, the next time you're talking about something like taste or pain, or even emotions, remember Wittgenstein's beetle. The meaning of what you're saying doesn't come from some deep, private place inside you. It comes from how you use language in the shared world we all live in, and that's what makes communication possible. The beetle in your box doesn't have to be the same as the beetle in mine, but as long as we follow the same rules of language, we'll always understand each other. Thank you for learning with us. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into similar echoes.